Hello everyone and welcome back to Trifecta, where today we are going to make cows fly. Oh yeah, so as you know we've been building out McFold's burgers over the last 2 episodes. I'm really enjoying this project and hopefully today we can get it all finished off. So at this point we're just missing the last ingredient here for the hamburgers, and that would be the beef patty from Farmer's Delight, which we can get from minced beef, and that of course we can get from raw beef. And the raw beef of course we can get from farming cows. So the plan here is to build an animal barn right next door to McFold's burgers. And at the end of the last episode we introduced the concept here of the spring launcher. The spring launcher we are going to use to launch the cows into the air and hopefully straight into McFold's burgers next door. Oh, this is going to be so cool if we can pull it off. So once the cows make it inside here and hopefully land where we want them to land, they are of course still going to be alive here. We have to extract the raw beef and then send them onto an automated Farmer's Delight cutting board to make minced beef. And the minced beef should be sent into the end of the production line here, where it will be cooked and turned into our burgers. Oh, look at this thing go. I cannot get enough of this. So in episode 4 we also built out the iron farm over there. Just the vanilla version. I know there's a way to do it using create, but this seems to be fast enough. I think we're over 10 stacks, way over 10 stacks by now. Yeah, that is perfect. We'll need a lot of this for some of the create contraptions today. So yeah, we have quite a lot to get through today. It's going to be a bit of a technical challenge as well as some building. I've been doing a bit of resource collection between episodes, mostly gathering up some wood, which is going to be the main material. We're going to follow the same theme that we have, although at some point soon I would like to make some variation on some of the block palettes. But that I think is something we'll introduce slowly over time as I start to get more comfortable with this style. It still takes me a while to try to put these things together, and I think that barn is going to take me a while to put together as well. But you know what, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really embracing the challenge of this whole building thing. Okay, so I was going to start off this episode with the technical aspect of this, but you know what? Let's instead build this animal barn first. Alright, well I must admit we had a bit of a shaky start with this build. It took quite a while to put it all together, and still there's some aspects I'm not entirely sold on yet. But I think the base is there, right? We have the foundation to a good design, a good building. I definitely did have a good time putting it together. We ran out of materials a number of times, but it was still fun overall. Okay. Not bad. Not bad from a distance. I'm not loving it. I think I still prefer McFold's. Or maybe the windmill is my favourite right now still. Yeah, I think I like the windmill the best. The barn here definitely lacks as much detail as the other ones. Yeah, we forgot to put the windows in. There's quite a few blocks I suspect we're missing. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if you noticed in the time-lapse, but if you go back and watch it, you can see an iron golem like just about every second. And that means an insane amount of iron, which is good. That is very good. I've been doing a bit of crafting as well. Apparently I lost some footage, but that's okay. You didn't miss much. We're just going to keep on rocking here. We're going to get straight into the technical aspect of this build. This is the part I'm most looking forward to. So I switched some things around downstairs. We still have the water wheels here from last episode. And instead of sending the rotational power over this side, I've instead switched over to this side of the barn, We have our rotational speed controller on max. I still might switch this out with a windmill later on, but we'll leave this for last. We just need to get some sort of rotation up here. So it's coming up over here. I think we're just missing a couple of shafts, and that should get everything spinning. That goes across the top of the barn here, up some encased chain drives, and right around here is where we want to place the encased fans to get the horizontal distance for the cows. Oh wow. Well, that definitely wasn't far enough, but I'm hoping it's because we had friction, because we were standing on the roof. Hopefully if they're airborne, they should make it all the way to the other side, otherwise I'm going to be very sad if we have to move this whole barn, or I don't know, we'll figure something out. Let's try and place the second one here. Or maybe up a block. Let's do it here instead. Another encased chain drive, and flip this around. And we might be able to do the first test here, actually. Yeah. Okay, so that definitely does go the distance. But does it take an entity that far? Oh, okay, let's see. Let's see. Flick this lever. It should activate. And we should be sent. We should land over there. I did extend the platform 1 or 2 blocks. We might have to extend it more. Uh-oh. Oh no. We... Okay, that was a fail. Fail first test. Okay, second time around. Are we just not hitting? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, it wasn't reliable though. It has to be reliable. We can't have cows escaping. Wait a second. What happens if we put some trapdoors on top? And that means that the cows hit their head and hopefully then should catch the draft of the encased fan every time. It's not a matter of distance. It's just a matter of catching them at the right angle, and it has to be consistent though. Does that work? Yes, okay. And it looks like we land right on this block, so we'll have to catch them somehow. Let's go once more. Second time round. Okay, that's 2 of 2. Let's see if we can get 5 in a row. That's 3. And we should be careful of fall damage. We're still on 0 deaths, by the way. Still on 0. And we will be the last to die on this server. Lasher's currently on 10, and Coolcat, I think, is still on 0 as well. He might have had a few close calls. Okay, what are we on, like 3? That's 4 in a row. And number 5. We do make it. There was a bit of delay on that last one, but we did make it to the other side. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, so what next? Next we have to... Well, we don't obviously want to flick the lever every time. So we need to automatically detect whenever a cow is in this block space. And we have to get the cows here in the first place. So let's set up a system here which will automatically breed cows. Obviously when you do that you're going to get a baby cow, right? But we don't want to send baby cows in the spring launcher, since ideally we just, well, we kill them once they get there. So, and if you kill a baby cow you don't get the raw beef, right? So we ideally only want to send adults on the spring launcher. So let's try and set up a system here which will automatically breed cows, separate the babies, and make sure they're adults by the time they hit the spring launcher, and then automatically detect when they're in this block space, send a redstone signal, and send them into McFolds. So, using the iron that we've stockpiled so far from the farm, we were able to craft the rest of the create machinery. As we know, aesthetics are very important in this world, so I also paid attention to aesthetics. We want to put the cows on display if possible. But yeah, I just had some fun here tinkering around, trying to bring our crazy ideas to life. So after adding more details into the barn to bring it up to standard with the other 2 builds in the base, I thought, you know what? Let's switch out the water wheels here with the windmill after all and really clean up this basement area. I will admit I had a bit too much fun doing this, so I got a bit carried away. But you're gonna see this, it's so awesome. Awesome, so we're making really good progress here on the barn project. Check this out, the interior space is feeling a lot more finished, a lot more polished. In fact, we even ended up with an extra floor up here. Currently there's nothing here. In fact, there's even one more floor above us. Really unsure what we should put up here. Currently it's very, very empty. However, let's stay focused here on the cow cannon, which I think is a much more appropriate name for this, right? This is effectively what we've built. So I did go ahead and get 4 cows in here, and these guys will live forever in this 1x1 space. Alright, so before we look at the cow situation here, we have to take a look downstairs. As promised, I did manage to clean up all of this. It's nothing super fancy, but we're not going to be down here all that often. It's just here so that we can access the rotational power generated by this windmill. So we have a windmill bearing, as we saw last 2 episodes back. We have some sails, and this is in a, I don't know, it's like a stacked configuration. We do slightly clip through the ceiling here, but it's not really a big deal. We're getting 3,584 stress units out of this windmill, which isn't too bad. It goes down some of these encased chain drives, and then through the floor here. And I don't think I've mentioned this before, but if you have some shafts, you can actually cover them with the casing. I think any create casing works, and it still gives you the functionality of the shaft, which is pretty nice. So we're using that in a few places over here in the ceiling. Yeah, so rotation goes into the rotation speed controller. One side of the rotation goes to the left, and the other one goes to the right hand side. The one on the left joins up over here, and that powers the encased fans that we saw above the barn. And the other one comes up through the wall right here. We're going to have to cover that up somehow, maybe just a little trapdoor. Or, I don't know, maybe even just a flower box or something. We can easily cover this. And that powers this encased fan. We're also taking up the middle here. That is also shafts encased with the casing. That goes to a gearbox, and we have another fan here. So we saw with the fans that you can blow outwards. You can also blow into the fan, or basically suck air into the fan, which also works on entities. So we can use this to pull the babies out from the 1x1. It might be a little hard to see, but there is a glass block right there. So what is going to happen here is, well, first of all, we have a deployer underneath. Right underneath the cows right there is a deployer. That is going to be fed by a hopper, and right now the wheat input is in this chest. So if we put 2 wheat in here, it's going to give it to the deployer, give it to the cows. The baby is instantly pulled away, and he is going to try to pathfind. I'm not sure if that's going to be such an issue, but I think with the speed of the fans, it's enough to push them all the way to the end. Okay, so now you can probably guess what's going to happen, right? He's going to grow up and be 1.4 blocks tall, and then be pushed into the water. And in Minecraft, mobs always try to swim up. So when they're in the water, they're going to swim up, come up over here. We have another encased fan just to encourage them this way. So that's how we make sure they are adults before they hit the spring launcher. And then we have a tripwire hook under here. Yeah, right there is the tripwire. That goes into a repeater, into a redstone dust, into another repeater down here, and then into what's called the pulse repeater. And the spring launcher is just back there. The pulse repeater is a very, very useful item. It basically creates a 1-tick pulse with a adjustable delay. So, for example, here's just a toggle latch. This is what we saw in the elevator. So if we power the pulse repeater from the input side, then maybe it was a bit hard to see here. It basically gives it a 1-tick pulse. Yeah, right there. So it's a very, very fast pulse. So that way we can reset the spring launcher as soon as possible. If we have more than 1 cow in here at once, I'm hoping that should prevent any jams. Since I found with the launcher, if you're already airborne, then you do bounce, like so. But if you're not airborne, or I guess if you don't fall enough distance, if you don't have enough speed, then you just land on it and then the cows are going to get stuck, right? So we have to make sure it's reset before the next cow lands on it and triggers the tripwire. So yeah, it turned out pretty simple. This guy is going to be here for a little while, but maybe we can test the system. It should work on us, right? And on the other side, they're met with the saw. Okay, so before we look at the beef extraction side of things, we had a visit earlier from Coolcat and Lashmac.
We were looking for food.
The plan was to open a restaurant soon, once the production issues have been fixed, but If you guys want to buy it early, then that's totally fine.
Okay, what is the price?
Diamonds. We need diamonds here at McFold's.
As much as you want. I just realized I'm probably the richest one. I just made
3.
ore processing.
Okay, let's say... How many stacks do I have here? 5. I'm willing to sell 4.
Yes.
Let's say 4 stacks of burgers for 8 diamonds.
So it's 2 per stack.
Yeah.
But that's worth it.
Okay. Then you got yourself a deal.
The problem is that I forgot my wallet. I'll go bring my wallet.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Yes.
Awesome. 8 diamonds, right?
8 diamonds.
8 diamonds.
Do you need more?
Are you willing to give more? Are you willing to change the deal by now?
Yes, I can give you more if you need something.
You're a very rich man.
10 diamonds. What for?
4 stacks of
For
hamburger.
burgers. Oh, nice.
But you know what? These
Sounds
might
like
be
you.
these might be reinvested in Mandalorian because that
Oh, you don't have mending.
I don't know.
Lash, did you refill Mandalorian? Last I checked, Mandalorian was completely out of mending.
Okay,
books.
I will fill it in today.
Sorry, 3.
I will go and fill it in. Don't you worry.
Can I put a bit of a down payment here? How many?
You want to pay me back?
Yeah, I'm paying you in advance, right?
Okay. So it's 2 books for 1 diamond. Where is he?
He is sneaky. I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all.
No, me
What
too.
do I do?
You also gave him superfood, so nothing's gonna happen to him.
I need to keep turning it until you question which side is right side up.
That is the right side
Like,
up.
are you sure it's not? Are you sure that's not right side up?
Don't make me question my own sanity.
So, are you also willing to sell iron? Not now, but in general. Where are you?
I can sell it now
here.
if you want, if you wish.
Okay.
I
Name
mean-
a price.
I mean, it's here.
Name a price.
How much are you willing to pay?
I can pay you 56 diamonds.
56 diamonds.
Okay. How
I
much?
told you to upcharge.
How much
him
iron
3.
can I buy?
I mean, you can take the whole chest if you wish. Wait, leave me
No,
a
I
stack.
don't want the whole chest, but no, I don't want the whole chest. I just want like 2 ropes.
I mean, for 56, you can take 3 rows if you wish.
Okay. Well, I can't carry them. Maybe more. I don't know. But I today I want to make a second beacon. So
Lash, take the
I
third
don't know.
row. Take the third row as well.
really?
Yeah, you paid enough for the third row. Trust me.
Okay. Thank you. I'm not gonna complain. Thank you for the iron.
Have fun. Thank you for the
Bye-bye.
diamonds. Good
You're
deal.
most welcome.
Good deal.
Oh yes, yes. For me it was amazing. I don't have to go mining for a while.
It's safe to say that was the easiest 66 diamonds I have ever made in this game. Yeah, look at this. That was a couple of hours ago, and we're, this chest is filling up again. I've been logged in for quite a while here. So we'll make that back easy. But if you're ever bartering with Lash, just let him name the price first. Since he always overpays and it's amazing. I mean, Lash, if you're watching, your prices are totally fair. Totally fair. Yeah, look at this. We are super, super rich here now. And I was going to have to go caving in the middle of this, but yeah, that saved us so much time. That saves so much time. Also, I got a message from him not too long ago, and he said that he left the books already, the Mandalorian books. Oh, would you look at that? It's right here. Yeah, this is our 4 mending books, which we paid for. Which was also a steal, by the way. I mean, 2 diamonds for 4 mending. That is an offer we cannot afford to pass up. Alright, so let's take a look inside McFold's here, where we have to extract the raw beef. So I set up a bit of a system here. This took many different iterations to get this right, because one of the criteria was to not block this chute, which is right here, so we can't block this line of sight here to the chute. Oh yeah, and by the way, I seen your comments from last episode. I believe you can in fact use the weighted ejector to launch... Oops. I believe you can in fact use the weighted ejector to launch cows, but you saw there it had a bit of an arc on it, right? Yeah, it doesn't send them straight up and then 90 degrees. So anything blocking the path here, i.e. the barn wall, would... Yeah, they're gonna run straight into it. And yeah, that basically means sacrificing all of this, which I'll admit isn't great. The side of this wall here could do with a bit of work. But yeah, it's better than having it wide open. Plus, this way here is just over-engineered, and that's kind of the way we roll here on this channel. So, speaking of over-engineering, this is for the chopping board. So I mentioned here at the beginning of the episode, we have to turn the raw beef into minced beef by chopping it on a cutting board with a knife. So the knives do have durability, we'll need a way to replenish them. But we'll take care of that last. I think we're going to go for the iron one since, well, we have an iron farm back there. But the logistics of getting iron or iron knives over here, I haven't quite figured out yet. But yeah, somehow we'll have to get the iron knives into this dispenser here. So a few things I found about the cutting board is that the direction does matter. So when you have beef on, it's always going to send the output opposite the handle. You can see a little cutout there on the side. It's always going to go to the right hand side if we're looking at it this way. So if we stand away and chop the beef, it's going to land right there. So that makes collection very, very easy. We can just place a hopper next to the dispenser. And the cutting board is going to go right here on the dispenser, not that way. This way. So the handle is on the left and the hopper is on the right. Oh, look who it is! It's the baby cow. It must have... Well, it's good to see that it made it up here. It did survive the saw, because this is not currently spinning. But I am glad to see you up here. So if we give the knife to the dispenser and we put the meat on the board, and we give it a redstone signal, like so. Oh, that wasn't the ideal place for a lever, but it did chop it, it cut it, and it put it in the hopper, and then into the barrel. And this gives us the minced beef. And the minced beef we just have to somehow get over there. But how do we do this automatically, and so that we obey the rules of the server, the unwritten rule of the server, which is to have on-off function for everything. So the vanilla mechanics is you can place two dispensers facing each other and get a clock. But even this I don't really want to leave running because all of this all adds up. And the last thing we want to do here is make this McFold's Corporation area unplayable because of lag. I really want to make an effort to try and make this as nice a place to be in as possible. And aesthetics is important, but also lag prevention is important. So how do we turn off this clock when we're not using it? Or in other words, when there's no raw beef? Well, we can craft a create content observer and shapeless craft into the stockpile switch. And this thing can give off a redstone signal based on fill level of a container. It's a bit like a comparator, but it has a filter here. And I think you can set different thresholds for it. So one of them is going to read the deployer here, facing this way. I believe the white dot here is the read side, and every other side will emit a redstone signal. And the other one is going to read the contents of the barrel here, like so. One more thing about the cutting board though is you can't place a hopper to insert. So like this it wouldn't work. I think it just gets stuck in the hopper. Even if you do it on top, that also doesn't work. The only way I found to be able to insert to the cutting board that isn't manual is by using a deployer. So there's a deployer above which will be fed the raw beef, and that comes from this belt here. We're going to have to somehow separate off the leather. But yeah, this deployer will be fed the raw beef. As you can see here, it gives off a redstone signal if there's something in the deployer's hand. So we can use that to send a signal to a sticky piston, which is connected to some slime, and that's connected to the observer. That's going to face another observer, and then we get our clock situation. So this way, if there's anything in the deployer's hand, then we'll be in this state. Let's stop that for now. We also want to stop the clock if this is full, right? So if we overproduce minced beef, and for whatever reason this is not being used, we also want to stop the clock. So we have a second stockpile switch here, which activates another sticky piston. And this one will basically take this one out of the way, so it'll send it up. And that will break the clock here, because these two won't be touching anymore. You might still be a bit confused, don't worry, it's probably easier to see... I just noticed there's a funny stair up there. It's probably easier to see once all of this is spinning. So we are going to have to get rotational power, and I'm thinking we just take it from the belts over here. Oh my goodness, is the wandering trait. Look at this for a deal. Yeah, so we have the mini blocks data pack on this server, so you can get mini blocks from the wandering trader. Look at this guy has the respawn anchor, which I don't know if we can, I don't remember the recipe off the top of my head. It has the enchanting table. I really want the enchanting table. I think you can only do one trade per type. Also, do we have enough crying obsidian? Oh, we do. Nice. Wait a second, some emeralds? We certainly have some emeralds. Okay, where is the trader? Where did he go? No, wait, is that him? Is that his llamas? He's always around when you don't want him here. And then when he has the trade, there we go, enchanting table. Nice, I'll take that. And the respawn anchor. Anything else decent in the default trades? Not really. Oh, that is so cool. We're going to place the enchanted table right here. Oh, check that out. That is awesome. I love it. Well, assuming everything goes according to plan, I think we're just about ready to open for business here at McFold's. Well, pending the knives in the dispenser and the wheat in the barn, which we'll talk about later on. But yeah, first of all, I realised there was a slight mistake here with this cutting board automation. It looked something like this before. Basically, the pistons and the observer and the obsidian was a little too low. But this way here is the revised version. And instead of reading the deployer with the stockpile switch, we're reading the chute above it. It is pretty much the exact same concept though, and it's much easier to see in action. I also remembered we'll have to reset the weighted ejector here for the chute, which goes over here. This was previously a belt. Let's see if that actually does work, right? It does. It is able to clear it. Yes, it is. Perfect. Okay, so I've also switched the barrel, which used to be here with a hopper, and that is going to feed into another weighted ejector and send the minced beef to its final, nearly final destination. And it looks like we're also backing up on tomatoes. It's good to see that it's not backing up the input belt though, that is a good sign. That probably means that our overflow barrel here is working. Yes, it is, perfect. I still need to switch this out with a fire or lava, just avoid any excess, but it's good to see that that is working. Okay, so we need to set the input for the minced beef. Let's send it into this barrel here, which buffers items until they reach 64. And then it sends them all out at once because of the minimum filter on the funnel. So I think what we can do here is just add another chute. Let's hope this is in range for over there. Select the weighted ejector target. And hope for the best here. Please tell me this is in range. It needs to go right here. Oh, I think it's working. Is it going to accept items? Is it accepting minced beef? Oh, perfect. Oh, that is perfect. Yes. Yes, and it's gonna... Wait. Oh no. It's getting caught on something, right? Where's it getting stuck? No! It's landing short. Why is it short? Why is it short? Wait, what if we add a second chute here and then make that the target? I have a feeling it's one block too short. Let's test this way. Yes, but it does bounce. Why does it bounce? Aha, just for safety I've added a depot on top here. And this seems to catch the items consistently and then into two chutes. And any excess should be sent to that overflow one over there and down into the barrel. So we shouldn't have any items land on here with nowhere to go. That is very important for lag prevention as well. Okay, so now just to recap, this thing still has a knife, right? Yeah, this is only going to work if the deployer has beef and there is space in this hopper. Wait, both of them are now empty and it's still triggering? That means that this is probably... should be inverted. Yeah, you want the top one inverted. There we go. Okay, with all of that said, I hope you guys are still with me. The last thing to do is make sure the beef extraction works. So we'll have to set a few filters here. I've switched the position of this mechanical saw. I really hope it's enough to clip the cow's head. As cruel as that sounds. I can imagine if you take half the things I say this episode out of context, it probably makes me sound very evil. But yeah, anyways, at this point here we have to separate the beef from the leather. since we occasionally get leather, right, from the cows which are killed on the saw. So the items should drop on the belt, and it's going to be picked up by the funnel into the chest. The beef we want to set a filter for here, right here. So only beef can go this way, and to get the leather out, we'll have to set another filter down here. I'm going to switch this casing out with a smart chute, which we saw last episode. It's like the regular chute, but we get filter capability, so we're not one. We're going to set that for any, and we want to set leather as the filter here. And we'll put this back. So that's going to drop the leather down onto another chute here, drop it through the floor into this chute, and we have a little storage system set up down here. So these two chests here is where the leather will be stored. We'll have to take care of overflow, but I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. I'll monitor this every now and then. Yeah, nothing fancy, it's just a box underneath McFold's. And that, I believe, is everything. Please tell me this is going to aim correctly and actually take out... It doesn't look like the saw is spinning, but I believe it is, right? The shaft and the texture is spinning around, so I think it's working. Does it clip the cows, though? That is the main thing. So a while ago... Oh, wow. I gave a bunch of wheat in this chest, and I made sure to block off the cows here. So, oh, that's an issue. Oh, you know what it was? I think the babies jumped on the block. This block shouldn't be here, and therefore they were allowed to get into the water as babies, and then they grew up in this block space. Yeah, this situation here shouldn't happen under normal circumstances. Okay, so now for the big test. Remove the cobblestone. And also this cobblestone. Things are going to happen really fast here, so I have replay mod running. Hopefully I can show you guys a better point of view. But please tell me this works, please. It's going to be so satisfying. Okay, the cows are going. They're making it. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe... How did you escape? Oh my goodness. Okay, wait a second. Oh, there we go, there we go. Okay, a quick reset. They're all gone. They're all gone. Okay, are they being... What's happening here? There's a lot of cows. Oh, nice. Oh, the beef is ending up... No, the beef is not being collected. Oh, I wonder if we just sent too many at once. I mean, in reality that wouldn't happen, right? Because we blocked up the system. There's no way that we're going to have that many cows at once, right? Oh, that is so unfortunate. I wonder if we got any leather whatsoever. Or beef. Okay, if we watch back the replay footage here... Watch this, you're gonna... Like, there's so many cows. Honestly, I think it was just too many for the belt to handle. I believe there's only one allowed per block space. So, I mean, if we send more than 5, which is the length of the belt, then there's going to be problems. And it looks like the beef went off to the side slightly there. Okay, I think to resolve that, what we can do is just add 2 parallel belts at the bottom. I'm so determined to make this work, in case it wasn't obvious. And I know there's going to be easy... Of course there's easier ways to do this, right? But it's about... it's about over-engineering this thing. And I'm like too committed to this idea for it to fail now, so it cannot possibly fail. Yeah, what we'll do here is add 2 more belts on the side, and that should catch any of the beef which lands off to the side, right? Not necessarily the cows though, because we will put the fences back and make sure they're in this one middle belt. So the cows should stay in the middle, but the items have a chance to land off to the side. Yeah, it's a touch more bulky this way, but we should just be able to add 2 more funnels on the side. And that should ingest all the items into the chest, here and here. And this way it should work, right? Oh my goodness, this looks ridiculous. This is completely insane. Okay, so now we know that the cannon works, but does this system work? If we can just get a cow on here. Come on, cow, you can make it. Jump. You know you want to. Oh, he's going. He's going. He's going. I think it worked, right? I'm hearing stuff. I heard redstone. I think it works. I think we lost our lead as well. Absolutely flawless system we have here. I mean, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work, right? Especially in this configuration. As long as we don't send too many cows at once, but that's never going to happen under normal circumstances, like I mentioned. Well, there we have it. We have full automation of McFold's burgers, besides knives and wheat. But those are projects for another day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Trifecta.